Hayami Saori, known for voicing Yoru, Yukino, Shoko, Shinobu, Ayaka, and many more, began her voice actor dream at the mere age of 10 years old. Ever since she was young, Hayami's family was quite well off, and you could tell by her education. Starting from kindergarten, she was sent to a very renowned, very strict, all-girls Catholic private school, Shirayuri. This school's tuition was ridiculously high, and all around Japan has a strong reputation of being this sort of princess school, full of noble-like girls from prestigious backgrounds who act elegantly in daily life. It's quite literally the Ojo-sama trope you see in anime. Perhaps due to the influence of such an eloquent background, Hayami used to watch Western movies starring British actress Audrey Hepburn with her mother, except dubbed in Japanese. When she found out it was dubbed, Hayami was in absolute awe. Dubbing can sound this smooth? It doesn't even sound like she's being voice-overed, she thought. I'd love to work with something like this in the future. While kids' dreams and interests come and go at the speed of sound, Audrey Hepburn clearly made a lasting impression on Hayami, because 2 whole years later, she still had this idea burned in her mind and finally decided to take the first step to that dream, going around bookstores and searching for magazines about voice acting training. To her pleasant surprise, she found many promoting voice acting training schools for children, including the nationwide known Japan Narration Acting Research School. Now, having that inner fire was good and all, but perhaps because she comes from this high-class background, Hayami grew up to be the very introverted, very quiet, obedient kind of child who was often scared to express her thoughts and opinions. Hence, after some hesitation and inner doubt, Hayami decided to indirectly show her parents what she had found in a magazine by leaving it open on the living room table. Her mother saw it and quickly caught on to the message. Knowing the world of voice actors as a brutal one, her mom was understandingly a bit concerned at first, especially because Hayami had done so many different hobbies throughout elementary school and just dropped them soon after. But even after clearly warning Hayami of the difficulties in the world of voice acting, she saw a sort of determination, a fire in Hayami, and agreed to it. Starting in middle school, at about 13 years old, Hayami began her training at the Japan Narration Acting Research School, and she trained hard. Attending a voice acting training school while doing normal middle school could not have been an easy feat. But with a combination of talent and hard work, she incredibly, in just 1 year of training, still as a student, passed the internal audition and got signed to I'm Enterprise Voice Acting Agency at 14 years old. That's a feat most adults with even years of experience struggle with. Even after getting signed though, Hayami didn't get any roles in middle school, perhaps being a bit too young without experience. Either way, she still continued honing her craft at the training school, and at 15 years old, when she first entered high school, Hayami got her first job, the drama CD for Koharu Biori, quickly followed by her true debut role. The main character, Momoka, in Touka Gettan, the Moonlight Lady Returns. Yes, her debut role was a main character role, and she even got to sing the opening and ending song to her debut project. What a start! Many viewers at the time actually noticed that, damn, she's a good singer. And at only 16 years old? But there's actually a reason for this. Her mother was a jazz singer, attending lessons and such. So one time in middle school, when Hayami was accompanying her mother to these jazz lessons, her mother just asked out of the blue, "Do you also want to learn jazz vocals?" Whether this was for her voice acting career, a mother-daughter bonding, or just a random question, who knows? But Hayami was indeed interested and agreed to start learning jazz vocals, leading her to develop the insane singing skills she has today. With a main character role and 2 incredible songs, Hayami's debut was looking to be stellar. But for the sake of her debut, there was actually a very bold life decision that she had to make. See, if you remember, Hayami was a rich girl attending a private Catholic school, even all the way up to high school. These schools had extremely strict rules, one of which being prohibition from working in entertainment. In other words, if Hayami wanted to debut in Touka Gettan, she essentially would have to quit the same school she had been going to since kindergarten. That voice acting passion must have hit her hard, because with seemingly no hesitation, Hayami quit her high school and transferred to a normal public school, just to start her voice acting activities. This would prove to be a wise choice, as her voice acting career would only keep rising. In the coming years, her main character roles would continue in her early career, with Musubi in Seikire, Ko in Our Home's Fox Deity, Saki in Eden of the East, Sayo in Sora no Mani Mani, and 3 big ones. kids. Ikaros in Sora no Otoshimono, Ayase in Oreimo, and Hakwa in the world God only knows. Mind you, she was essentially working these jobs while doing regular high school classes, tests, and even entrance exams. And while essentially having a full-time job alongside full-time school, she still exceeded in her studies and got into Waseda University, a top-class university in Japan. Interestingly, that would actually put her in the exact same year in the exact same university as Aoi Yuki, which is funny because despite the fact that they're from the same university from the same year, one's a refined, elegant princess who at most can be a klutz at times, while the other is a full-blown gambling addict degenerate. The other hilarious disparity is, Aoi Yuki is an artist to a professional level, while Hayamin's art skills are, let's say, kindergarten level to be nice. By the way, this is supposed to be Anya, and these are some very nice 4-year-old drawings that she's known for. Technically, even Hayamin herself said that her art style hasn't changed since kindergarten, but honestly, I'm in no position to judge because I'm the same. Anyway, Hayamin's career boomed like never before in her uni years, getting role after role, including Yotsuki in Monogatari, Sachi in SAO, Miho in Bakuman, Yukino in Oregairu, Urara in Yamada and the Seven Witches, Sister in Mahoka, Hatoko in When Supernatural Battles Became Commonplace, Kaede in Idol Master, Shinoa in Owari no Ryu in Danmachi, Shirayuki in Redhead Snow White, does Snow Red? Fubuki in One Punch Man, Rena in Bouncing Boobs, Himawari in Boruto, Shoko in A Silent Voice. God, why are there so many? Reika in Gantz, NTR in Darling in the Franxx, Yumeko in Kakegurui, Genocider's Accomplice, Shinobu in Demon Slayer, Amari in Irimakun, Anju in 86, Yuru in Spy Family, Ruby in Ruby, Bitch in Tower of God, 10 Girls in 1 in Pseudo Haro, Fallen in Dungeon Meshi, Ayaka in Genshin, Shimakaze in Azura Nagisa Lane in Blue Archive, and a billion other roles that would take 30 decades to cover. To the surprise of absolutely nobody, so many prominent roles would win her the Best Supporting Voice Actress at the 10th Seiyuu Awards in 2016. All of her roles cover an insane amount of range, and honestly, with the sheer number, I think she's covered every kind of role there can be. Even so, there are a few in her career that stand out for one reason or another. The most perfect role I think Hayamin could have ever gotten is Kamisato Ayaka from Genshin. Ayaka's entire existence is essentially Hayamin in real life, a rich, innocent, sheltered girl who started to see the outside world. Even the way she gracefully, eloquently speaks, behaves herself, is the spitting image of Hayamin. There are literally accounts from other voice actors, not just commenting on her elegant demeanor, but even the way she greets people, gokigenyo, which the best English equivalent I can think of is saying greetings, like a noble, instead of saying hi or what's up. And it makes sense, because this was literally how she spoke throughout the entirety of her childhood, until she changed schools. We have a real-life Princess Ayaka here. I feel like even if you don't speak the language, she just gives off that kind of vibe. And just like Ayaka, Hayamin's even super close to her mom, except her mom is actually alive. In fact, on the final episode of the Seikide Radio, with no prior notice, Hayamin's mom just decided to show up and essentially started hosting the radio over Hayamin, leaving viewers like, what is going on? But then Hayamin's mom spoke as smoothly as any other radio host, and somehow amidst the radio, the two started chatting in French, and chat was like, huh? And then afterwards, her mom realized that it was time for her singing and dancing, so she just left in the middle of the radio program. What a Chad mom. Speaking of moms, one other role some viewers have made comparisons to Hayamin's real-life personality is Yoru from Spy Family. Not the dommy mommy part. As the first main character role in a mainstream Shonen Jump series, it's no wonder she's one of Hayamin's most popular roles. But there's just one main thing that makes them feel similar. They're both really good at being sadistic. In Spy Family, it's not like Yoru is some sick fuck who likes torturing people or anything, but her assassin side is just mwah. And kind of as a parallel to that, Hayamin's sadistic side is loved by fans and colleagues alike. In the radio of Gochumon wa Usagi desu ka, Hayamin was invited onto the radio to read some rather sadistic lines. Script written by Masochis Sakura Ayane and Inori Minase. And, well, I'll let the clip speak for itself.
どうぞ綾音さんってさ、本当に一人じゃ何にもできないよね。ほら、言ってごらんよ。私は沙織さんがいないと生きていけない役立たずですって。バーカ。
ごち そうさまでした. Combine this with the many other sadistic / cold type character roles she's played before, and a normally sweet calming voice that can do such a good please look down on me voice, and you've got yourself a perfect sadist. No, I'm not talking about myself. Hayami is literally always at the top of the female voice actresses fans want to be scolded by the most rankings. That seriously is a thing. There's a voting system. It doesn't help her image that when she went to Korea and played at an airsoft gun place for the very first time, she showed natural talent, getting almost all 9s and 10s, further solidifying her image as a top-tier assassin, just like Yoru. To all the fans that can't get enough of Hayami, Pseudo Harem is essentially a Saori Hayami AI simulator. Now hold on. Before you leave, this is not a harem anime. It's called Pseudo Harem because the premise is about this girl in the drama club acting out the roles of different kinds of girls. Tsundere, little sister, cool class president, yandere, smug face, you name it, she is it. Drama club, baby. It's not a particularly standout anime, just a very cute romance, but with Hayami essentially voice acting like 20 different types of characters, it's an anime that really showcases Hayami's multi-talents. She could probably submit this entire show as a demo reel. I personally believe many people watch this anime purely for Hayami, so if you're a fan and haven't yet, then feel free to enjoy the Hayami harem that you'll never have in real life. Speaking of girls we'll never have in real life, to all you TikTok brainrot people, you've heard this song before, right? Kawaikute Gome. This is a viral song by Honeyworks about basically a narcissist being confident about herself, being cute, and giving the middle finger to those that hate her for being who she wants to be. I mean, I'm such a narcissist, even I sang it. It now has over 150 million views on YouTube, and the song is sung by Hayami. If you scroll down to the comments, it's a barrage of people saying how her crystal clear voice is amazing to listen to, which it is. I just think it's a very special song, and it would be a shame if all the brain rot TikTok kids didn't know the GOAT behind the song. Last but certainly not least, this is a legendary scene you've probably seen before. And I don't blame anyone for being jaw-dropped. This is but a clip from when supernatural battles became commonplace. A show that I honestly think nobody remembers. Basically, this guy is a chunibyo, an edgy, cringe teenager who desperately wants to stand out and show he has some special hidden powers to save the world or something. He speaks in language with so much fantasy lingo that only a delusional person would understand him. This is Hakuto. For God knows how long, she has been doing her best to understand him, to get into what he likes, to relate, to empathize. And she genuinely wants to know what he's into, feel closer to him. But without any explanation from him, she just can't understand all the terminology, the gibberish he's spouting. So when you get rudely shrugged off like this, again and again, by who's supposed to be your close friend, with so much pent-up frustration and rage, it's no wonder that Hakuto would eventually snap. This is what true voice acting is like. Acting that conveys the weight of how annoyed she is, how fed up she is with this piece of shit that she's tried so hard to care for and understand, just to be looked down upon. This was a 3-minute mental breakdown with no cuts in between, just a straight line of sharp words. To this day, this is the single scene many use in the anime community to define the phrase good voice acting, and understandably so. It's the single thing that makes people remember this show, and when it first aired, it left everyone speechless. What's even more impressive is, it's rumored that all of this was done in one take, leaving even the staff at the recording booth speechless. That is how you use voice acting to convey the weight of a character's feelings, and is perhaps the definitive scene that shows the power of Hayami's voice acting. And you know what the best part is? This incredible talent let her achieve a dream she didn't even know she had. In 2022, she was chosen to star in the American movie Roman holiday as the Japanese dub voice of the one, the only Audrey Hepburn, the very person that inspired her to become a voice actress. Life really does go in circles. Year by year, Hayami's stacked resume just keeps growing, and today she shines as one of the most renowned voice actresses of all time. If there's one thing this story teaches you, it's that damn, good parenting really gets you far in life, huh?